Hi dear friends, welcome for the English class. Dear friends, as we have already begun the type of communication, for the communication what requires is sentences. For us normal being, we communicate in a verbal manner. Okay, and for verbal communication, we require words to be arranged into sentences. Now sentences can be of various types. We saw those types even, and the basic norm, basic rule of formation of the sentence is now we are learning. In our last lecture, what we learned that how the formation works. A basic sentence has got three different parts, that is subject, verb and object. Parts of speech, that is also, speech is not here on the occasion given by an honorary person or any of the respected teacher or dignitary. Speech here is a sentence, okay? Yes, my dear friends. So a speech will have different sort of understanding, and at the same time what we have is the learning, okay, of the sentence. And then the main part that we need to understand, that is the subject, as we saw yesterday or in the previous lecture we can say, that is the doer, okay. And we had stopped our class with that, having understood what a noun in itself is. So noun has been divided into two different parts, that is, let us see here, nouns or nouns, okay. So that is a part of a subject, okay, which is a doer, okay. So now that is what we had concluded. A subject has got either nouns or pronouns. Okay. Now yesterday we completed, or in last lecture we completed this, so it is done. Okay. We put it this way. Okay. Now we have seen proper noun, common noun, collective noun, we had countable nouns, uncountable nouns, and so on and so forth. Now what we are supposed to see, my dear friends, that is pronoun, okay. We also had seen the definition of noun, which means or a place, person, thing or animal has a name, or name of a person, place, thing or an animal, that is called a noun. So now in short that we need to understand, that is a name. As I gave you the example of a t-shirt, okay, or probably a shirt, okay, or chopstick. See, there is a specific precise name given to each and every object, living or non-living thing, okay. Now let us understand what a pronoun is. Pronoun, which means the part of the noun, okay, but how it is to be understood with the definition. A word or a name which is used in place or instead of a noun is called a pronoun. It's a simple definition, okay. Let us understand the idiom, that is in place of. Okay, now in place, when you want to understand, which means I am standing here. In my place, if I want this ambo, if I want this podium to be kept, then I should move. Remember, that is called in place. It is not that adjoining, you just manage that you stand half and I stand half here. No. In place of noun. the name or word which is used is called a pronoun. Did you understand, my dear friends? Yes. Okay, so you please repeat this definition. A word or a thing, name, which is used in place of. Why I said name? Because sometimes what happens, he or she can be converted into a name because it has already got a proper noun at the beginning. Yes. So a word which is used, let us understand this. A word which is used in place of noun is called a pronoun. Very good. Now we don't need to go through the emphatic and relative and personal pronouns. I don't want, because for us, in order to just begin the sentences, okay, begin the sentences, we have divided our pronouns into singular and plural. Okay, so first person, that is singular, is I. Now we don't need to understand all these things. We know it must be looking very, very funny at this standard. We are learning this particular thing, but what happens sometimes when I take you to learn the tenses, when I want you to understand, suppose I will be giving you just for an example, okay? So turn a particular sentence into third person plural negative, that time you will get confused. Okay, so for that instance, my dear friends, you should know what exactly the definition, okay? Because each and every pronoun has got its specific and special place in grammar. Okay, yes. So first person singular I used for myself. First person plural is me. Okay. Then second person singular is you. Now some people just write you singular, and even if I ask you to write the examples, people would combine this. I don't understand this logic. You're not supposed to do this. Why? Because remember, my dear friends, this is only used when I am talking to you alone. You are just a single person standing in front of me. But when I use this second person plural, which means I may be talking to you all, I may be talking to a class, I may be talking to you to a gathering, gathered together. Did you understand? So therefore, this and this, it is there you, but it means different when it is used in a proper manner into the sentence. Okay. Third person singular is either he or she or it. Why? Because it is, now this is when I say something. This is when I say to you something. When I either speak, okay, or listen about, but here about someone, okay, the relation here is about someone, okay, so he, she and it is about. When I am talking about the third person, remember this is not just that I am mentioning three different lines, no, this is for myself, this is when I involve the other person, this is I say to him about this person. Okay, that person can be male, female or neutral. Okay, can be having sometime like a thing where you are unable to have the gender identified. Okay, and here when we have the same, but it is used as they in third person plural. So these are main pronouns for us. Okay, because now take for an example. Yesterday what we saw, that is noun. Okay, for us noun is, let me use my name, Wilson. Okay, but when I am talking about myself, Wilson is good boy. Okay, you think Wilson is good boy? Wilson is a good man, right? Yeah, you don't call this man boy now, this man, right? So, but when I say about myself, if I want to say, I am a good man. Okay, suppose if you think that I am good, otherwise it's okay. Yeah. So, and then what happens, my dear friends? Suppose I want to involve my friend Prakash. Okay, or take for an example what you already have is Jayesh. Okay, Jayesh, the great man, HOD of English department, Jayesh. So we are very good friends, as you know. Okay, so when I say about Jayesh and Wilson, that means I am speaking, I would say me. That's all. But when I say Jayesh and Wilson, both the names together, will I be able to use Jayesh and Wilson and we are good friends? Jayesh, Wilson and we are good friends. Can I say this? No. So therefore the definition is proper that when I use the pronoun, that is always in place of nouns. Okay? Yes, my dear friends. So this is what from pronouns point of view, I want you to understand this very much clear. Now, sometimes what happens, we may make mistakes and just knowing that we know. But it is good to know everything in a theoretical manner. Did you understand, my dear friends? Yes. So, the first part of the sentence that carried a lot of weightage into the sentence is the subject. Okay? Now, we shall move to have a wonderful description of verb. And I want everyone to write this particular thing. Okay? I shall put on the board. Okay, you will not require a pic of this, but when I write, first the entire thing you will understand, because a verb is irrespective of tenses. It is used in present tense, it is used in past tense, it is also used in future tense. Okay, so let me see. Now, verb. Okay. Verb can be divided into two different things. That is a main verb, first of all. Okay, after main verb, what we have is a helping verb. Okay, so main verb and helping verb. What is a helping verb? So sometimes we also call them to be help, to be forms. Okay, to be forms. Now what happens? Take for an example, to be forms. If I ask for the present, it is am, is, are, have, has also will be included, my dear friends. Yes, because they are all helping verbs. In past tense, for example, we have was, were, and had. In future, definitely you will answer will and shall. You are wrong. Okay? In future, when we have as auxiliary verb and to be forms precisely, that is will be and shall be. Okay? So please understand, it is to be forms of future tense is not will and shall, but it is will be and shall be. Okay? Now what the simple format that I just write here, you please understand, my dear friends. Yes. So we will write here helping verb. Here we will write main verb. Okay, and here we will write the tense. Tense for a simple logical statement that we have. Okay, we will be able to put into that. Now, why, as I said this, to write this particular way? Because sometimes what we require is bifurcation in tenses. So that is, take for an example, present tense. Okay, for present tense you will be using am, is, are, have, has. Okay. Yes. So in main verb, for example, work, sing, take. Okay. Yes. Now, if you take up this as past tense, then you shall be writing about was, were, or had. Okay, here now when you just say past tense, because it is simple past tense. Okay, so here we shall be putting about V2 form. This is V1, this is V2. So worked, sang, take. Yeah. Okay, so it should be 2. Okay, yes. When we have this future tense, okay, will, or will, shall, be, will, shall be. Okay, it will be included to both. Will be, shall be. Okay, yes. So here we will have will or shall, word. Okay, or say or state. Now that is the basic thing, my dear. Okay, but when we have the continuation formation, then it is used as being. Okay, being. Here it is being, or here it becomes continuous formation. It is here in being formation. But when it is turned into this, just ing is kept behind main verb. Once again, ing suffix if added behind the main verb, then it becomes gerund. It is grammatically called a gerund. Okay, so I shall be putting working. Okay, it's working or singing or taking. So understand this. When I say gerund, you should be able to answer what a gerund is, and then I will tell you what we have is an infinitive. Please understand all these things, because when we learn our compound, simple and complex sentences, you will definitely need to understand what an infinitive. Now infinitive, which means it is to be. Now to be here is not just a verb, but it is to be. Why? Because any main verb having to at the prefix, okay, prefix level, or it is not prefix, but it is the root form of the verb, it is called. So when you have, like, it is good to play, good to play. So to play, when it is used in the sentence, it is called not just the main verb, but it is also called as infinitive. Okay, good to watch an online video. Okay, good to listen to you. So all these things will, okay, so listen to, okay, or good to listen. So to listen, whenever we have main verb having started with to, it is an infinitive. So to be, so here we will have to word or to sing or to stay. Did you understand, my dear friends? Yes. And then it is also used as participle. What is participle? So we have present participle and past participles. Past participles would be here like being, or you can also have had. Had is just because it is the past perfect tense, or it is in past participle manner used. And being is used because in order to show the participle, that is V3 category. Okay, V3 category. So when we use this, we shall be using here like worked. Remember, it is V3. V3. Yes, it should be here sung. Okay, no tere sandiyara. It is a sung. Okay, yes, and it is taken. So did you understand, my dear friends? Verb, a simple verb can be divided into these different factors. Okay, so all these things we have. Now these are the words. They come together. These auxiliary verbs will play a sort of zigzag and will help us to form different type of sentences into different tenses. Okay, so please pay attention to this particular chart or this particular box or the thing that I have given you, and you should write that down in your notebook, because that will be later on very much helpful for your sentence standard even. Did you understand, my dear friends? Yes. So in today's lecture, what we saw is the main thing, that is pronoun. Okay, and pronoun has got 8, that is I, we, you, he, she, they. And then we saw the second part of the sentence, that is the verb. And verb we can have from the present, past, future, continuous, infinitive and participle manner. What are the helping verbs, and what we have is the main verb here. Okay, good. Have a nice day. Thank you.